Hello, YouTube live stream. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to this message. Okay? And this is about glorifying, glorifying, glorifying the thug life in hip hop lyrical content leads to death in the city streets of America. This is deeper than rap. This is deeper than music. This is about the thug life and hustling, and they glorifying hustling too. Okay, that's not helping. That's not helping the young men and women in this world today. Glorifying the thug life in hip hop lyrical content. This is deeper than music. It's deeper than rap, and it does have an influence. Okay, telling the kids to be a hustler, a baller, a gangster. That's what they glorifying, and they're trying to justify it. It's deeper than music. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than hip hop. Okay, and that's what I'm on here to share about. So if you're watching this is deeper than a rap song. This is deeper than music. It's way deeper than that. Okay, and that does have an influence because that's the message that they sending out. Okay, and they influencing the young women, the twerking lyrics that leads to death too. That's what I'm on here to share about. This is deeper than rap. This is deeper than music. Okay, that's not helping. That's not helping anyone, and they try to justify it. They try to justify glorifying the thug life in hip hop lyrical content. It ain't got nothing to do with no music. It ain't got nothing to do with no music. Nope. For 27 years, they've been glorifying that. Okay. I'm praying that Jesus Christ would speak to people's heart and see and speak to their heart that is deeper than music. It's deeper than rap. Okay. We talking about the thug life. Okay. The thug life, the street life. And that's what's being glorified. That's what's been glorified in hip hop. Okay. Being, glorifying being a gangster, glorifying the women in hip hop. They glorify twerking. And that does have an influence. You know, it does. So that's what I'm on here to share. It does have an influence. Okay. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than music. It's deeper than a song. It's way deeper than that. And that's what I'm on here to share about. Glorifying the thug life and hip hop lyrical content, it leads to death. That's not helping the kids. That's not helping none of the young men in this world today. So that's what I'm going to be sharing about. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for tuning in to this message. Okay? Cuz so many of the young men and women in this world are they in love with they in love with lyrics that promote that lifestyle. So that's what I'm on here to share about. Okay? All right? Anybody out there who's trying to justify that, who's trying to justify that lifestyle, who's trying to justify it and make it seem like it's right. It seemed like it's right though. And this is what it says in Proverbs 14:12. In Proverbs 14:12, it says, there is a way of life that seems harmless. It seems harmless to glorify the thug life in hip hop, to glorify being a hustler, a baller. There is a way of life that looks harmless enough. Look again, it leads straight to hell. Surely people appear to be having a good time. all that laughter will end in heartbreak. So glorifying the thug life and being a hustler in hip hop, it leads to heartbreak. It's not going to help anyone, no matter how much the rappers try to justify it. They're trying to justify that life that they bragging about. And it seems like it's right, but it leads to heartbreak. It leads to heartbreak. The thug life in hip hop. This is part one. It leads to heartbreak. That is the message that these rappers are sending out to the young men and women that they've been sending out for the last 27 years, from 1996. From 1996 to the year 2025, it's the same message in hip hop. They glorify thugging. That's not helping nobody that's living in the hood. When you glorifying it, you glorifying being a thug. You glorifying hustling, and kids that live in broken homes are growing up hearing this. They growing up hearing this lifestyle. So this is deeper than music. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than entertainment. Okay? The thug life is not no music. It's a lifestyle, and it's being glorified. And a lot of young men and women are buying into it. And this is part one about glorifying the thug life in hip hop lyrical content. It leads to death in the city streets of America. That lifestyle, it seems like it's right. It seems right, but it leads to heartbreak. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. It's going to lead to death. It leads to death. Glorifying the thug life in hip hop lyrical content leads to death. It's deeper than music. It's deeper than rap. It's deeper than entertainment. That leads to death. That leads to death. And so many young men and women out there are caught up in that lyrical content. Okay? The thug life is not good. Nope. Nope, it's not good. There is a way that appears to be right. It appears to be right. But in the end, it leads to death. So I'm praying for the young men and women who are being influenced by this lyrical content, who are trying to justify it. There's a lot of people trying to get out of that life. The people out there who are living the thug life, that are not rapping about it, they want out of it. And that's what's being glorified to young men and women, ages 19, 14, 15. You got young men and women who live in a nice neighborhood, and they still want that thug life, because the rappers are glorifying that. The thug life is no good. So glorifying the thug life and hip hop lyrical content, it leads to death in the city streets of America. I'm praying for the rappers who are glorifying this, trying to justify it. You trying to justify it because you're making money off of stuff that's leading the kids to destruction. That's not good. Money ain't everything. Money ain't everything. So I'm praying for the rappers in hip hop that's in their 50s, that's in the 50s, okay? And the rappers from today that's glorifying that thug life. It leads to death in the city streets. And it says right here in Proverbs. I'm talking to anybody in the hip hop community that's in love with that. There is a way of life that looks harmless. It looks harmless, but look again, it leads straight to hell. Surely people, they appear to be having a good time. Okay, the rappers who are glorifying the thug life, they appear to be having a good time, but all that laughter will end in heartbreak. That lifestyle that they are presenting to the young men and women, it leads to heartbreak. The thug life that's being glorified in hip hop, it leads to heartbreak. Proverbs 14:12. I'm praying for them. And I'm praying for the young men and women who are being influenced by this. It's God's goodness and kindness and love that can lead you to repentance. Bragging on the hood life and hip hop lyrical content, it leads to heartbreak. It's God's goodness and kindness and love that can lead you to repentance. Bye bye. This is part one. I'll be back with part two.